What's going on, everybody, and welcome to a video in which I am going to teach you a strategy that has created this P&L line for me since I started trading it. I'm going to teach you the strategy. I'm going to show you how to set it up so that it automatically backtests for you within ThinkorSwim. If you don't know how to do that, it's a really amazing tool. And then I'm going to give you the code as well. Please, as always, don't just take the code from me and start trading and expect to make money. Backtest it yourself, as you should be doing with any lesson you learn on the internet. Never take something from YouTube and just start trading it. Always backtest it yourself, but I will give you my strategy in today's video. Quick intro, I just want to start. I normally post a live day trade recap video right now, but it is 10:30. It's the end of the first hour of the day, and I didn't take any trades. This system actually didn't take any trades this morning. The system that I'm about to give you didn't take any trades this morning, which is very rare. Actually, the first time it's happened since I've started trading it. The only trade I took was an accident here where I thought the system was about to enter. Obviously, it didn't, so I just immediately got out for 85-cent loss. But yeah, there is not going to be a trade recap today because there was no trades. Instead, I figured I'd take the time to give you all my algorithm, show you how to set it up, show you how to run the backtest, all that fun stuff. Should be a really exciting video. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hit like, hit the red subscribe button if you're new, and let's get into the content. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into it here. Now, I'm going to do my best to explain everything. As you might be able to tell just from the screen, there's a lot going on when it comes to this stuff. So please, if you have any questions, please just ask them in the comment section down below and I will answer, because there may be stuff I miss. Once again, I'm going to do my best, but there may be, explanations that I miss along the way. So please just feel free to ask. Let's start with what you're looking at. Let's start with the setup. This is the charts screen of TOS. This is ThinkorSwim. This is the active trade program, or platform, should I say, for TD Ameritrade. So TD Ameritrade is my brokerage, and ThinkorSwim is this software that you're looking at. Now, you're going to need this in order to use what I'm going to show you. What I'm going to show you is a ThinkorSwim system. This ability to be able to use this code to automatically backtest your strategy is a ThinkorSwim system. Now, it's not only in ThinkorSwim can you code. TradingView has their own code thing. Interactive Brokers has their own code thing. Most brokerages have some sort of automated backtesting, but ThinkorSwim, quite smartly maybe, created their own language for their code. It's called ThinkScript. So really what I'm going to give you will only run in TOS. I wonder why they did that. But anyway, this is the charts page. And I have it split obviously into two charts. On this side, what you're seeing is you are seeing the system take trades. You are seeing the strategy that I have coded in ThinkorSwim take trades on a 1 minute chart. Now, this is not actually putting any money into trades, right? This is only backtesting. Once you code this, it's not going to start taking money. You don't have to worry about that. Oh my gosh, Trey, I don't want to code it. I don't want to put this in because I don't want to start throwing my money around into a brand new system. No, what this is going to do, what I'm showing you, is just backtesting, no money involved. I have it split into two screens because when I do take trades, I show them, or I take them over here on this screen. I have my kind of active trade window and stuff set up over here, and this is where I take my actual trades on this side. That's why I have it split up the way I do. I also have this detached, but this is a separate window. I'm going to post my setup in the description down below, and I'll show you how to use that link if you don't know how at the end of the video. But obviously, if you don't, maybe I have 3 monitors. That's why I have it detached. I can look at this screen and this screen on the other monitor. But obviously, you can just use this charts page from your main ThinkorSwim if you don't have multiple monitors or whatever. But yeah, that's what you're looking at there. Kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about. So you have some semblance of what the hell is going on if you're seeing this for the first time. Now, the strategy. At its simplest, what it's doing is buying low, selling high, shorting high, covering low. It longs and it shorts, so you will need a margin account. If you want to take the short trades, it also makes money. Obviously, the longs make money, so when I show you the code or when you get the code, you can just X-nay all the shorts. Maybe you don't want to short or you don't have a margin account. that's fine too. You don't have to take the shorts, just the longs will make money too. But obviously I have it set up to both long and short currently. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a buy low, sell high system. But I have quite obviously coded a very mechanical edge to figure out exactly when I'm supposed to get in and out of that system. Now let's look. So on TOS, you can, whatever time frame you put it on, it will back test. And this bottom chart right here is a floating P&L. So this is showing you the P&L of the strategy, of the system you have coded. In the last 30 days, I actually have two different systems now. It's the same system, but different variables. I have a different variables for the first hour and different variables for everything after the first hour. So not including the first hour, every trade after the first hour in the last 30 trading days is up $3,392. If we go over to the first hour, if you just trade the first hour in the last 30 trading days, once again, didn't take any trades today, it's up $2,100. Editing Trey stepping in here. Those numbers I just gave you are when trading 100 shares of SPY at a time. That's the size I take, so that's what I have the algo set to. Obviously, your P&L is going to be dependent on your size, and you can change that size in your, if you go to edit studies, so study, edit studies, in your global strategy settings, there's a default order for entry size. It says contracts, but whatever you put in there is the number of shares of whatever equity you are looking at will trade. Something else I wanted to show you guys that I forgot to include in the video. So 100 shares of SPY at a time. If you've traded this system, taken every trade exactly like you should, you are up over $5,500. If I did that math right, maybe even a little bit more than that, but you're up over $5,000. Let's put it that way in the last 30 trading days. So this is a back tested, proven mechanical edge. Once again, please do the back testing yourself, and we're going to talk about how to do that in more detail later in the video. Please don't just go to the description, copy the code, and start taking real money trades with it. Never, ever, ever do that. Always prove that strategies work for yourself first. Just don't throw that in there. But anyway, so let's jump into the back testing now. It's a good segue, actually. On SPY, like I said, if you run it over the last 30 days, you're going to get this back test. This is a 1-minute strategy. That is as long as ThinkorSwim allows a 1-minute chart to go back. It's 30 days. Well, Trey, I need more than 30 days. 30 days isn't enough information. What if I want to test more? That's perfectly acceptable. You should probably test more than just 30 days. I actually already have a video on this. I'll link it up in the top right now. It's going to go into way more detail of how to do this, but I'm going to show you quickly. So you can, if you right-click any of your orders here and you go to Show Report, it's going to give you a data dump of all the trades taken during whatever time frame you're looking at. You can export that to CSV, which then allows you to obviously get it into Excel, start to mess around with it there. And then you can use ThinkorSwim as an on-demand feature, which allows you to choose any date in history that you want to. So you could go back 30 trading days, run the report again. Back 30 trading days from that, run the report again. Back 30 days from that, run the report again. That is how I actually got well, the one I'm about to bring up isn't quite 12 months. This is about 6 months. But that is how I created my back testing reports that look like this. That's how I know my max drawdown. I know my average win, average loss, max win, win percentage. I have a chart, all of that stuff built out. So that is that as well. That's another part of this toolage that's very important. Now, you guys are probably like, Trey, what the hell? Stop talking. We get it. We understand the tool. We understand it's important. What is the code? I'm going to bring up the code now. It's a lot to look at if you don't know what you're looking at. Once again, I will have this linked in the description down below, and it's a TOS link, so I'll show you how to set that up closer to the end of the video. But here's the code. Let's go over what it's really doing, what this strategy is really doing, right? So it is buying when the low, this is the first hour code, by the way, right? The other code is very similar. It just has slightly different variables that it uses when it looks when to buy and sell and when to short and cover. Both of the strategies will be down below. But what it's doing, buys when the low of the current candle breaks the low of 3 bars back and then it sells when the high of the current candle breaks the high or equals the high of 8 bars back. And there's some other things in here that I'm not going to dive into too deep because it might be a little confusing. What this is doing is just making sure it doesn't hold trades overnight because this strategy is not useful, or I don't use pre-market for this strategy because pre-market is super illiquid and you're never going to get the kind of fills that the system does. So I just have it coded. That's what all this time here is for. It also will not hold trades overnight. That's what this end is for. And then the RSI also has to be over 40 and the ATR has to be under 0.75. Once again, things just using code, you can quickly plug in and see if it makes it more profitable. But once again, getting back into it. So at the end of the day, it's buying. It's a price action system that's buying when it breaks down levels and selling when it breaks up levels. And it does the same thing, right? It does its... Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. It's buying low and then selling the high. Same thing. This is just in there so that if it meets the sell condition, it doesn't take a long. That's what this is for. It's the same thing, though. This is the sell. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. If the high breaks over the high of 8 bars back, it exits. Or if the entry price, if we lose 70 cents in the trade. 70 cents is kind of your hard stop out in the trade. And once again, that's a little bit different in the afternoon algo. But I just want to quickly look over that. And the short is the same way. You can see the variables are slightly different. Short's the same way, though. Short SPY when it breaks up above levels. Cover SPY when it breaks down below levels. So hopefully that makes sense. Once again, I don't want to deep dive into this code too much because if you don't understand code, it's confusing. Hey there, editing Trey here. I realized that as I was trying to do my best to kind of quickly and vaguely explain the code, I didn't at all explain what these lines are. So let me take a second to do that, and they will automatically populate with the code. They're not studies or anything separate you need to add. With the code, I have built the plots within them, so don't worry about any extra additions you need to make. But what the lines are, they're just signals, right? They're just indicators that are helping paint the picture. They're representing the highs and lows that the algorithm is looking to take its orders at, right? So the red line is the buy line and the green line is the sell line. So that's where you're longing and selling your longs. Then the yellow line is your short line. So above that, or if a bar breaks above that, that is where you enter it at the close. And then below the blue line is your cover. So red long, green sell, yellow short, blue cover. Also, another thing I want to talk about, once again, vaguely explaining the code. This code will always take trades at the open of bars, or the close of bars, should I say. So it's going to take the trade. Yes, it's going to meet the long. Say, okay, right here. It meets this short, right? This candle meets this short condition, but it's not taking the trade until the bar closes. Down here, it meets the cover condition, but it's not covering until the bar closes. That's just kind of how ThinkorSwim works. I think there's very fancy ways you can make it close intrabar, or you can at least theoretically like prove where it would have closed intrabar. But I've made the strategy work and obviously show profit just from buying and selling at close of bars. So that's something else I kind of forgot to explain in the code. Anyway, back to the video. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. Once again, I'm giving it to you all. You all will get a chance to see this on your own monitors once you get it up and running. And then you all will get a chance to play around with these variables yourselves, play around with this code yourself. That's how you're going to do your own back testing and your own stuff along the way. Now, I showed you this a little bit, but here are the back tested stats of the algorithm. Once again, back test, so important. What else is so important? Journaling. Journaling is so important. So here is the actual equity curve. Yes, a back testing equity curve is important. You should know this before you enter, but then you damn well need to know your actual equity curve as well, right? So on February 28th, I started trading this strategy for the first time, and I wasn't even trading the exact strategy now. I've been optimizing the strategy over time as well. I've also been adding size to my positions over time as I've been growing my account. But here is the real money equity curve of this system. Actual taken trades, not just some random back test of a super specific time that someone wants to show you to pretend like their system is profitable. Here is my actual numbers from my system, and here's a more detailed look at it as well. I double clicked on accident. Here is a more detailed look at it as well. 62% win rate. Your profit factor 1.17. It's a very scalpy strategy on SPY, so your profit factor is just going to be a little bit tight. But here, very specific actual stats from the strategy as well. I just want to put that in there as a little bit of a proof of concept of what we're doing here. So hopefully all of that makes sense. We're kind of getting to the end here. I'm about to talk about how to get it set up, which is obviously very important. But once again, it's a quick, I've been talking for 11 and a half minutes to explain some pretty complicated stuff, right? I don't want to take too long. I'm not going to make an hour-long video going over this, trying to put in as much of a bite-sized content as I can. But hopefully it makes sense. The idea of automated backtesting, my code, my strategy, my stats from my strategy. And now I'm about to show you, once again, the code in the description, how you can use that code, take that code, and you will have, one, you'll have my setups, and two, you'll have my system. So what you're going to want to do, you all actually can't see it exactly. Let me drag this down slightly so you can. It's cut off. Okay, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit setup. Up here in the top right, you're going to want to copy the code that's down below, and you're going to want to go to open shared item. You paste that code into here, you hit preview, you hit import, you will have my setup, and then you will have my two algorithms down below via that. And once again, you'll be able to see it. When you want to look at the algorithm, you're going to want to go to your studies up here in the top right of your chart, edit studies, and then you're going to want to click on this little scroll-like thing to the left of the name of the algorithm. Click on that. That brings up the code. That's when you can start messing around. So save the code I give you, and then go to strategies and create a new one, and copy and paste the code, and just start messing around with it. That's how, I'm a very hands-on learner, so maybe that's just the way I think, but that's how you guys will really, really learn how this works and how it makes money, and ways maybe you can even look to improve it. I'm always looking to improve this thing. So by all means, change the variables around, look to see if you can make it more profitable over a back test, right? Once again, with automated back testing, if you change something, it shows you immediately. You don't have to go run a full manual back test all night again. Just the beauty of using code to back test your trade strategies. But yeah, go mess around with this. Go let me know if you guys find anything that makes it more profitable. Put that in the comment section. That would be great. I give you the strategy for free. If you all want to give me feedback for free as well, that would be great. I'd appreciate that. But once again, do that and ask any questions you have down below, because I know this can be complicated stuff. But hopefully this video did help. Hopefully you all are able to utilize this idea of strategies. Once again, please, not necessarily just take my strategy and make money from it, but test it yourself, make sure it's profitable yourself, and then, go code your own strategies. In the future, you can start to code things. Whenever you have a question, say I want to use EMA's trade. Go ThinkScript. Type in whatever you want, ThinkScript, on Google, and they have a very good content kind of wiki here that goes over kind of all the code and all the variables within any parameter you want to use. So that's something you can use as well if you have questions or you want to start looking to code. They have a very good wiki on all their functions and declarations and everything here. So keep that in mind as well. One last thing to throw onto the end. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it helped teach you something, and hopefully you guys are able to put this to good use to help you all start to create equity curves that look a little something like this. If you enjoyed it, please, please, please hit the like button. Really does help if you're new around here. Hit that red subscribe button as we continue to optimize this strategy moving forward. And I show you the trades from it live every day here on this channel as well. So if you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button. It's free. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of this video. I will catch you all in the next one.